think that these traitors, these abusers of power, these petty tyrants in the Democratic Party were going to stop at President Trump, did you? You didn't think they actually care about President Trump, did you? No. See, President Trump represents to them the mass, the vast majority of the American people. That's who he represents. He's working on their behalf. He's an avatar of America. That's why they're attacking him. But you didn't think they were going to stop at him, did you? No. They have a modicum of power now. They have an iota of power. They're going to abuse it for all it's worth. They're going to oppress whoever they can with it. In fact, we have a story from McClatchy. Hate groups. You know what that means, right? That means us. Hate groups are about to find lawmakers eager to scrutinize them. For years, Republicans have watched white supremacists claim the GOP is on their side. Have we? And on Capitol Hill, Republican lawmakers did little to clamp down on the race-based hate groups that pretty much don't exist. But as of last week, Democrats are in charge of the House. And that means that Representative Benny Thompson, an African-American lawmaker from Mississippi, is in charge of the House Homeland Security Committee. Oh, goody. I bet he'll use that power properly, right? I bet he'll definitely make America a lot more secure because he plans to act. That's what this article says. He plans to act. Thompson intends to hold hearings to spotlight what experts say is a growth of deadly right-wing extremism in America, even if the hearings could feature feature members of white supremacist groups. Now, this myth about white supremacist groups is propagated by faux governmental agencies that pretend to be nonprofit. They pretend to be free speech. They pretend to protect minorities, the ACLU, the SPLC, and they come out with hate lists. Hate lists. These are lists that feature people such as Gavin McInnes and the Proud Boys. Now, if you know anything about the Proud Boys, you understand that the history of the Proud Boys goes like this. Conservative speakers try to go hold talks to audiences that want to come see them. Insane, crazed, violent, leftist extremists known as Antifa attack those people, bloody those people, nearly blind those people, and are unmolested by the police and the people who are supposed to keep law and order. So Antifa targets people for their political agenda, silences political speech that they don't agree with, and is able to do so with carte blanche, complete approval of the local governments and local police officers and captains. So the Proud Boys is formed in order to protect political speech from the fascistic, violent tactics of insane, radical, leftist, communist, and anarchists. The SPLC comes along and decides that they're a hate group, decides that they are, in fact, a white supremacist group. The proof they have for that, they don't have any. Maybe edgy jokes that are made. Maybe the fact that they don't actively castigate themselves and, self-immolate themselves out of just pure shame of being white. The fact that they say, hey, I actually like Western culture. I actually like America. We actually like law and order and the ability to speak freely on political topics. Yeah, that's a bridge too far for people like the SPLC, and they will deem them a hate group. And then the government uses these partisan BS labels put on them by hatred-mongering special interest groups, they'll use those labels and then go after them with the very real power that has been appointed to them in Congress. So what do we have? What is the dichotomy that we're looking at? What is the playing field laid out before us? On one hand, you have Republicans beaten in the streets, bloodied, stabbed, pepper sprayed, shot at, oppressed, victims of communist, fascistic tactics of intimidation, mob rule, and violence. Everyone from Tucker Carlson to Steve Scalise to hundreds of Americans, I would even say possibly tens of thousands of Americans who have had their rights to free speech destroyed by these highly organized, highly funded, billionaire-backed, communist, terrorist organizations. On one side, you have the Republicans who refuse to do a single thing to stop them, who refuse to even bring up the fact that these groups exist, who refuse to protect their constituents from the violence, who refuse to uphold the rights of free speech for their own supporters, for the people that gave them power, for the people that put them in Washington for this express purpose. They do nothing for 2 years. They have complete power in Washington, D.C. They don't even raise the issue. What happens a week after the Democrats get an iota of power in Washington? They start going full bore, full force against people slandered as white supremacists, against Americans and conservatives whose views are utterly unobjectable, utterly vanilla. And yet now we see that they will be grilled, they will be called in, they will be subpoenaed, they will be targeted with all the force, vim, and vigor of these racist jackasses that are now sitting in the halls of power. Are the Republicans going to say something now? Of course not. Because they're such cowards, and they're so easily bent to the will of the media masters that they'll say, you know, this white supremacy, it's a really big problem. And you know, I think we really need to be careful, okay? And we really need to think about what we're doing. But, you know, I'm not going to throw my hat into the ring with a bunch of white supremacists. Ignoring the fact that it's all slander, it's all bull crap. And this is the Democrats once again abusing their power to silence their political opponents, and we have nobody in D.C. fighting back. It's shameful. The Globe.
Conservatively.
All right, guys, so this is what I'm talking about. This is why we need to take part in the We the People Are Taking Back Our Voice campaign, because like you've seen with the Walk Away campaign and the Democrats who used to be Democrats and now they just can't because the party has gone totally insane. We as the people who support not just Trump, because Trump, not everything he does is fantastic. Everything he's doing with guns goes against him saying he's the most pro-2A president there ever was. So what I'm asking is that people join me and the other people who have already taken part in We the People Are Taking Back Our Voice, because if we don't speak out, we're going to lose it completely. And we're in the process right now of losing our voice completely. I mean, we were just censored off of YouTube 3 days ago. So we're back up, but it's a fight, guys, and we need you to take part with us. This is Mabs from Taking Back California.
Look, I don't hate other people. I just love white men.
God.
I just love white men.
Oh, God.
We're from Australian News Network, and we're interested to know what you think about Mr. Trump.
Trump's gonna take those regulations off the back of those corporations. Sounds like a good idea to me. Trump's gonna build a wall. That wall's gonna protect us all. Sounds like a good idea to me.
Oh my God, I love this guy.
Gonna get the economy moving again. We're lower taxes for you, my friend. Sounds like a good idea to me. Gonna finally scrap Obamacare. It's a piece of crap. It ain't fair. Sounds like a good idea to me. Trump supports all the ladies' family leave for their babies. Sounds like a good idea to me. LGBT's okay, but 3 bathrooms is a little gay. Sounds like a good idea to me. It's gonna go down in the annals. Trump got the bang, Stormy Daniels. Sounds like a good idea to me. Trump gave NAFTA square, NAFTA or NATO, make them pay their fair share. Sounds like a good idea to me. We go all day. Gonna protect Israel's Iron Dome to keep those nukes from flying home. Sounds like a good idea to me. So thank God for Donald J. Trump, my friends, keeping Western civilization great again. Sounds like a good idea to me. Don't be a chump. Support Trump. Get us out of this economic slump. Sounds like a good idea to me.
Oh my God, God bless America.
Cause all lives matter, throw those thugs in the slammer. Sounds like a good idea to me. All day, baby. Trump, #1, Trump 2020. Anything else is stupid.
God bless him, there's still hope for New York. We were worried that the naked cowboy may have been corrupted by New York City.
Please, I'm the only thing sustaining New York City.